What if animals know more about time than we think? A dog waits by the front door every afternoon, just minutes before its owner arrives. A bird returns to the exact same tree every spring. A squirrel buries food months before winter ever begins. None of them own a clock. None of them can read a calendar. So how do they know? Do animals actually understand time? Or are they simply following instincts that only look like an understanding of time? The answer is stranger than it seems. Because animals probably do not think about time the way humans do. They do not count birthdays. They do not worry about next year. They do not plan vacations 6 months in advance. But that does not mean they live only in the present. In fact, many animals seem to remember the past and prepare for the future. That raises an incredible question. If they can remember yesterday and prepare for tomorrow, do they understand time after all? To answer that, we first need to understand what time really means. Humans measure time with clocks, seconds, minutes, hours, days, but nature existed long before clocks were invented. For millions of years, every living creature survived by recognizing patterns. The sun rises, the temperature changes, food appears, seasons arrive, rain comes, night falls. For animals, these patterns became their version of time. Instead of reading numbers, they read nature itself. This is why birds migrate at nearly the same time every year, not because they know the date, but because they notice tiny changes in daylight, temperature, and even Earth's magnetic field. Their bodies become living calendars. And birds are not alone. Squirrels gather food long before winter arrives. Bears begin preparing for hibernation weeks before snow covers the ground. Even insects can emerge at almost the exact same season year after year. To humans, it almost looks like they can predict the future. But what they are really doing is responding to changes that we barely notice. Still, this only explains seasons. What about everyday life? How does a dog know when its owner is coming home? Many people believe dogs can somehow sense the exact moment their owner returns. Some even claim their dog walks to the window minutes before the car arrives. Is that proof animals understand time? Not exactly. Dogs are incredibly good at recognizing routines. If you leave for work every morning, come home every evening, feed them at the same hour, and take them for walks on a regular schedule, your dog begins to expect those events. But there may be something even more surprising. Dogs also recognize scent. As time passes, your smell slowly fades inside the house. Some researchers believe dogs may partly judge how long you've been gone by the strength of your scent. The weaker the smell becomes, the closer it may be to the time you usually return. If that's true, a dog's nose may work almost like a clock. And this is where things become even stranger. Some animals don't just remember routines, they remember specific moments. Crows can remember human faces for years. Elephants remember watering holes they visited decades earlier. Dolphins recognize companions after being separated for many years. These memories are tied to time. The animal remembers something that happened long ago and uses that memory in the present. That means animals don't simply live in the moment. The past still matters to them. But what about the future? Can animals imagine tomorrow? Scientists think some species can. Certain birds hide hundreds of seeds in different places, then return months later to collect them. They are not simply reacting. They are preparing. Great apes have also been observed saving tools they will need later. Instead of using everything immediately, they keep useful objects for the future. That requires something remarkable: the ability to think beyond the present. But there is an important difference. Humans often imagine events that may never happen. We worry about next year. We dream about retirement. We imagine possibilities decades into the future. There is little evidence that animals think this far ahead. Their future planning appears much shorter. It is closely connected to survival. Food, shelter, migration, safety, not abstract ideas. And perhaps that is why animals seem calmer than humans. They are less trapped by imaginary futures. They focus on what their instincts tell them matters most. Yet there is one behavior that still puzzles scientists. Grief. Some animals appear to mourn. An elephant may remain beside the bones of another elephant. A dolphin may carry its dead calf for days. A dog may wait for an owner who never comes home. These moments suggest something important. The animal notices that time has changed. Someone who was once here is no longer here. The routine is broken. The familiar voice is gone. The world is different. Whether they understand death itself is still debated. But they clearly understand absence, and absence can only exist if an animal remembers the past. So, do animals understand time? The honest answer is yes, but probably not in the way humans do. They do not measure life with clocks or calendars. They measure it through light, temperature, smell, memory, routine, and experience. They remember yesterday. They prepare for tomorrow. They recognize change. And they build their lives around patterns that have repeated for millions of years. Maybe animals do not ask, "What time is it?" Maybe they ask a different question entirely. Has the world changed? Because in nature, that is the only clock that truly matters. The next time your dog waits at the door before you arrive, or birds suddenly fill the sky as the seasons change, remember this. They may not know what hour it is, but they may understand time in a way far older than any clock humanity has ever built.